Good morning, Internet friends. Adam Green here with No More News. Thank you for joining me today. Hump Day, Wednesday, August 5th, 2026. We're going to cover the Perez Hilton possessed by a demon TikTok live. Apparently he was going full Jesus grift mode before his psychological breakdown and suicide attempt. We've got a little bit on Candace and her false confidence, the new party Tucker and MDG and Massey are putting together, which may be called the Conservative Revolution Party, coined by Dugan, by their godfather Dugan. Yeah, Perez Hilton, not Paris Hilton, the blonde hotel heir. No, we're talking about celebrity blogger Perez Hilton, gay guy, said he was returning to the Catholic faith after a near-death experience in the hospital, saying through tears, "It was not a feeling." We'll play the clips of him talking about that. But just last night, he went live on TikTok and streamed himself completely naked, cutting himself with a knife. Just like little cuts all over. It seemed to me like a cry out for attention. He kept saying he wanted the police to kill him. He wanted to commit suicide. And he sliced up his whole body with some knife. I'm not going to play the video. You guys can... Everybody's like, oh my God, it's the worst thing I've ever seen. I've seen worse. It looks like Passion of the Christ. It's like him doing his version of Passion of the Christ. Jesus covered with blood all over. Yeah, he's self-harming. I don't think he really tried to commit suicide. Otherwise, he would have been dead. He's just got little cuts all over. They'll give him some Band-Aids and some ibuprofen, and it'll probably be fine. But everybody's saying it's horrifying, and he's possessed by a demon. Everybody's saying it's demons. Let's see what he was saying. Oh, here's the 911 call.
3 suicide attempt. 2252 they got it.
Rescue 3 car received.
Rescue 3 car received. PD is requesting fire rescue returned to standby at. Rescue 13 available. Rescue 13 available, 2253 Day County.
Engine 47?
Engine 47, go ahead.
Where do you have Rescue 3 going?
Rescue 3, it seems PD is requesting fire rescue return to the previous call.
Copy, is it
That's
Okay, this is boring. We don't need to hear that. We got it. The police showed up. This is what he was saying. So he's also doing videos about how he had a health scare, and then he had huge health bills that he couldn't pay, so he started grifting Jesus merch. Let's see some of that.
One of the most special things about this experience is that God presented himself to me. It was not a feeling. God presented himself to me. And I grew up Catholic. I was baptized, had my communion, confirmed, went to Jesuit school for 7 years, but I was never a believer.
And then turned out gay.
Until now. God presented himself to me and then did something that I could only call miraculous. And I was very lucid. It was real. And this has been...
It's a fine line between having a divine experience where God shows himself to you and then a self-harm suicide attempt where you slice yourself up with a knife all over. Not much daylight between the two, apparently.
Life-changing. I'm so grateful. I'm excited to start taking the kids to church every week and to just...
Kids that he got because he's gay, that he got through a surrogacy.
No.
Surrogate.
That God is real. I had my heart open before. I wanted to believe, and I don't have to hope to believe.
Yeah. They always attribute anybody going mental as demons. No, people have brains that are wired improperly. They have chemical imbalances in their brain. They have traumatic abuse. They have severe depression. They have drug issues. People just want to say demonic. He needed Jesus. Well, he had Jesus. He's wearing Jesus on his shirt. Jesus came to him. Or is he just as crazy as everybody that claims that?
I know now. So that's amazing.
Okay, so that's one. This is the best grifting clip, though.
You don't want to know how much I had to pay in hospital bills with insurance. That's why your boy is now in hustle mode. I have all that I had to take care of, and I wasn't able to work for over a month. So I just dropped a new merch collection. I am obsessed with this. You can get that at buypopstuff.com. It is beautiful and just something that I needed in my life. Plus, I really needed this, and you can get it at buypopstuff.com.
Abrahamic psychosis, says Trevor Michael. Yeah, apparently so. That's the diagnosis, Abrahamic psychosis, demon possession.
Plus, we've got it in mug form, and
self-flagellation.
It's so freaking cool. I've got this one as well, and a surprise. Check out my entire new drop right now at buypopstuff.com. Wear something holy, praise him, and support your boy if you want.
Praise Jesus by supporting your boy. It's like the guy I interviewed on the street and the man on the street the other day, the buff guy on the steroids. He said, he had the sign that said, "Give $1 for Jesus."
Hey, everybody. I've been crying. I've been crying, but happy tears. Happy tears.
Jesus-induced psychosis?
This is just so crazy. I've been reading the Bible.
Yeah, it's crazy, all right. The Bible's super crazy. He got that right.
And so much of what is said here, I had already been thinking of. It's just overwhelming in the best, most beautiful way. All right, I'm snapping out of it. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer.
The original influencer. Fram? Is that what he calls his people? Your friends and family? Fram? I'll just call you guys that. You guys are basically my only friends and family. All right, Fram.
This Joyce Meyer Everyday Bible is actually the third Bible that I bought.
Oh, thank you, Sober Jeff Hardy. Let me get that turned on. I always forget. powerchat.live/knowmorenews. That's pinned to the top. The link's pinned to the top of the Rumble chat. And in the description below, your comment will be read on the screen. He does remind me of Milo a little bit, too. That's interesting, yeah.
This week, the first Bible that I bought, the font was too small. I couldn't read it. I'm an old man. I just turned 48. The second Bible that I bought didn't resonate with me. The language, whichever version it was, it was hard to digest.
Yeah.
Then my friend Talia.
How many people that are Christians and believe the Bible can't understand like anything in the Bible or never read it?
Sorry. My friend Talia, who's been an angel to me,
I wonder if he
suggested this version of the Bible, and I bought it. And this morning, I was reading about pruning, something that not only
his 9-minute crying Jesus spiel. The devil is trying to bring me down, he wrote. When was this? April 8th. On his own page. 4.9 million followers.
I've got so much to be thankful for. Look, I got a roof and a bed a couple groceries to stay fed.
I know God now and love him.
I've got a phone and clean water and some shoes.
Everybody's talking about, oh, my guardian angel, save me, save me. Where was his guardian angel when he decided to pick up the knife and cut himself all over? No guardian angel there? Oh, the demon got to him. Guardian angel was on his 15-minute break, apparently.
When I wanna go farther. Today I've got so much to be thankful for.
Leaning into my faith and asking for prayers.
I've got so much to.
I guess they went unanswered. It was horrifying. He desperately needs Jesus. He had Jesus. It didn't work. Paper Jesus shared there. Russell Brand. This is what we need. More podcasts talking about demons. I always say it every day. Demon attacks after recording podcast. Dude, the demons are really after all these Jesus shills.
So I have the former head of the Church of Satan on my podcast.
Former head.
Former head of the Church of Satan on my podcast.
Is that a good thing? Like, oh, it didn't work out.
That night, I wasn't scared or anything. I'm just like, that was a sick podcast. Go to sleep. My wife and I are up the entire night, looking at each other like we're not anxious. There's no anxiety.
Note the Jesus is King merch. Available at jesusisking.com.
There's nothing weird. We're just looking at each other like, what is happening? Like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Finally, the kids wake up. We didn't sleep a wink. The next night, the same thing happens. And then it clicks. I think this is an attack. The next night, all of our kids start projectile vomiting at the same time, start puking everywhere to the point where we lost all of our towels, all of our sheets, everything gone. We're like doing laundry the whole night. So now 3 nights in a...
Maybe they had food poisoning. Yeah. When I was in France, my daughter started throwing up all over the Airbnb, and then me and my wife started throwing up all night, all of us throwing up. It's not because we got attacked by demons, it's because we had food poisoning. Food poisoning, throwing up, kids getting sick at the same time, obvious demon attack.
No sleep. I wake up that day with my eye completely red. My wife starts puking now. So now I'm only...
Okay, when you throw up a lot, you can burst blood vessels in your eyes. No, the demon got to his eyeball.
Seeing pretty much out of one eye. This one's blown up. That night, my throat blows up. I get canker sores all in the back of my throat. The next day, I'm just like walking through the neighborhood, like praying, like, what is happening, Lord? This is crazy. Snakes start, I'm talking literal snakes, start coming out. And I'm not just talking 1 or 2. I'm talking multiple snakes start slithering right in front of me. This went on for 2 months.
Trust
snakes,
me,
like
bro.
Pretty much every
2 months of snakes following him everywhere. Buy my Jesus is King merch. I believe every word you say. Snakes everywhere for 2 months sounds totally legit. Let's pray. Let us pray. He got his throat blown out by a demon. Yep. I'm in demon denial. Yeah. I'm a demon
time I go
chill,
out and walk,
apparently.
snakes. So I'm calling in my prayer support. I'm calling my prayer people. Finally, I call Rion. I'm like, what the frick is happening? This is crazy. I've never been attacked like this in my life. He goes, oh, yeah, dude. He's like, I've been meaning to tell you. You're all over the message boards. I'm like, what are the message boards? He's like, yeah, in South Africa and in America, there are these satanic message boards, and our podcast has been circling. They're cursing you. You've got curses against your family. Like, again, I've had to get an education on this
If you guys
stuff.
need proof that Jesus is real, right there, dude. The Satanic Church, which are atheists and don't even really believe in Satan, are cursing him on the message boards with their Ouija boards. Totally real, dude.
Now, because this was the world I started going into. Like, here I am trying to start the nice little Jesus People podcast. I've one Satanist on, and now the Lord started.
I'm just a humble little podcast merchant shilling Rabbi Yeshua, and then the demons are attacking me. Please pray. Please help us. He's like, ha, you got the grift too. These gullible sheep are going to love this. They love the demon attacks.
Started sending me all these other Satanists and all these other witches and stuff. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, all right, here we go. But I had to learn how to fight spiritually. The spiritual fog, as I would call it, just the weight. It was this heaviness for 2 months. Didn't break until I put out a post on Instagram. I think I just said, Miller home in shambles. Please pray. And then when I had tens of thousands.
There it is. Amalek, please pray. Please pray. Called it. Please pray. That called it.
Thousands. I think of like the lasers from Star Wars all coming together in conversion to take out the Death Star. You know, now I got air support. Now I got tens of thousands of prayers.
Dude,
Boom, I'm
more
telling you,
podcasts, shilling Jesus, fear-mongering about demons, bro. That's what we need.
within 5 minutes, something physically broke.
Wow. I'm terrified.
Are you questioning my faith? You want to go?
Dude, are you doubting my demons, bro? You want to go? Satanist leader meets Jesus during ritual.
Rion, where my head of the church, Satan, is going to do a ritual. They wanted to find out if the Antichrist had been born yet. So Satanism, it's like Christianity in reverse. So in the same way that we're awaiting the Messiah, they're awaiting the Antichrist. So they will summon demons. They'll go into this back dark room, and no lights in this room. They just light candles and a pentagram stuff. They do all the creepy stuff, the blood, all that stuff. So he's like, I'm in this room. I got the candles. I'm lighting the candles. Floodlights come on in the room.
Oh.
There's no artificial lighting in this room. He turns around. He said, I see a Middle Eastern man. And he says, who are you? He says, I'm Yeshua of Nazareth. And he said, I'm getting chilled. He said,
Yeshua appearance, guys. Yeshua. When Jesus comes, he doesn't use his English name. He uses his real Jewish name. I am Yeshua. It is Yeshua, my son, my child. Pretty sure that the Church of Satan is not waiting for an Antichrist. They don't believe the Bible. They're atheists that don't believe the Bible. They don't even think Satan is real. They're not waiting for the Antichrist. That's just lies Christians spread because they're the ones that believe in the Antichrist and need the Antichrist to come.
Artificial lighting in this room. He turns around. He said, I see a Middle Eastern man. And he says, who are you? He says, I'm Yeshua of Nazareth. And he said, I'm getting chills. He said,
Middle Eastern or white European with blonde hair and blue eyes? Describe to us how Jesus looked. Middle Eastern named Yeshua? Uh-oh, Jewish Jesus confirmed. He looked just like the Jesus in The Chosen show.
He says, who are you? He says, I'm Yeshua of Nazareth. And he said, I'm getting chills. He said, instantly I was flooded with love. And the only reason I knew it was love, because I went to a radio station 2 weeks earlier, and I was talking about my Satanism thing, and there was this woman who I knew was a Christian that worked at the radio station. She came up to me and looked me in the eyes and then hugged me. And he goes, the same feeling that I had from her is what I experienced a million X from Yeshua in this room. So he says, he leaves this room shook, right? He doesn't do the ritual, obviously. He leaves. The other satanic church members have no idea what happened to this guy. No, they're not there. He was all alone. And
Jesus
he said,
showed up to this satanic ritual guy and gave him so much love, like he was overdosing on ecstasy.
He goes to the beach and he realizes that he's been on the wrong side.
Oh, dude. Turn to the dark.
Yeah, I've got faith, dude. What do you have, you little bitch? You want to throw down, bro? Okay. Hey. You want to see what it feels like to talk shit about Christians, dude? I'll kick your heathen ass.
Tim Tebow in the house. Russell looks upset when people are out grifting him. Okay, what is this? Country music? Jesus was a brown guy, by the way.
Took him out the desert, wrapped him in the stars and stripes. You follow those red letters till it's someone you don't like. Look at them hands covered in blood. Shouldn't, but the devil said maybe you should. Took another bite cause it tastes so good.
Dude, they love the blood. Jesus was a brown guy, by the way. So true, Cletus.
Out his name, all preachers in their Gucci sneakers hustle true believers. Jesus said it best himself. If you don't feed people, go and grab that diesel. Take a match to that steeple and piss right where it fell. Jesus Christ gets any wider. We'll go right over the edge. Christian right gets any rider. There won't be any Christian left.
Libtard country artist? Yeah, it didn't sound bad, actually. At least he's being honest. Jesus was, if he was real, he would have been a brown guy. Messianic Jewish woman cries thinking about how beautiful it is that Christians brought the Jewish God to the world.
The Messiah has not yet come.
I disagree.
To think about that one. I
Okay.
think about it, but I didn't know.
All right.
Jack Stone says, is that a real song or one of our guys doing AI? I think that's a real song.
You can start because you were already talking.
Well, I just think that the discussion we were having before about the calling of the Jewish people, this really goes hand in hand with the question, is Jesus the Messiah? Because if he's not, we have a dilemma. Billions of people around the world believe in the God of Israel because of Jesus. And if we don't agree that Jesus is God, which he claimed to be. But if he's not God, then the world is growing rapidly with idol worship. And this is the number one thing as Jews, that we're supposed to be a light to the nations. If Jesus is not God, we have failed as a people to be a light to the world. The world is pursuing idolatry, and we're saying, good for you. Like, that's your faith, we respect you. How terrible. But if Jesus is the Messiah, then it's fantastic news for us. We're succeeding in our role to be a light to the nations. We brought the Mashiach into the world, that the nations now can know him.
Oh, look, another Jew celebrating Moshiach spreading the Jewish God to the world. Every single time.
The 7 Noahide laws, I think, are profound, and there's wisdom in them. But how many non-Jews have ever heard of them? How are they going to hear about these things? Because of Jesus. There's people studying our scriptures, learning the Hebrew, and becoming knowledgeable of our traditions. And I think that that's... Sorry.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
Jesus to the Goyim. Wonder how that
You
works.
damn right I love the Jews. Absolutely. 100%. Because I'm a Christian. Jesus is a Jew. So you damn right I stand with the Jews. 100%.
100%. Thank you, Bear. Thank you for clearing that up, Bear. Corey Mailer BTFO'd by Jay Dyer. And Jay Dyer is right to blow this guy off. He's wrong to blow me off. He's scared to debate me. But Mailer's just like not even a real Christian. He's a fake Christian. At least Dyer is like belongs to a denomination. At least Dyer hasn't gotten kicked out of his Orthodox church like Mayer's been kicked out of everything. Nobody should take this guy seriously. He tries to crash the debate and gets denied.
If you'd like Trent back, he's done dealing with 6 times. So
yes, Mr. Trent, if you could rejoin us. Apologies. Apologies, it doesn't work that way, man.
I gotta get his headphones working.
Yeah,
he's gonna need his butt buddy to leave because I'm only debating one dude today.
All right. I do have chats for Trent whenever you're ready.
Trent is acting in an anti-Christian manner, and so now I would like to have 2 minutes to respond.
Jay Dyer is acting in an anti-Christian manner. I'd get 2 minutes to respond as he crashes the modern day debates.
The one that calls for
this was last night. Another, just what we need. More Protestant Orthodox debates. More Abrahamic circle jerk echo chamber debates. Arguing over the right flavor of Judaism.
He's acting
man, I gotta ask.
Jack Stone says they should have connected and found common ground with kelp eating sharks. Good one, Jack Stone.
Ask you to just hold it, man. I gotta finish this up with Trent per the agreement I have personally.
Good. Nobody should normalize this guy. He's a lying, fake Christian, heretical, excommunicated grifter psychopath. Not even any of the Christians are down with this guy.
I don't want to have to end this debate before I get to read these chats for Trent specifically. These people did pay to interact with him, not you.
That's fine. Well, actually, you may be surprised if you check your chats with whom they wanted to interact. That aside, I will get Trent back with his audio working as long as the record reflects that Jay Dyer has now run away from a debate he offered 3 times.
This is just
let the record show, Your Honor. Dyer didn't allow me to crash this debate.
Already an agreed upon time slot, man.
Nobody cares about you and your Fed speak. You call for the death of Orthodox people like 6 times in a row. Get out of here, you fat Fed.
Fat Fed. BTFO'd. Dude.
Go back to the lemon meringue in the kitchen. Get out of here.
Wrecked. As much as I don't like Jay Dyer, at least he's like a real Christian. At least he's a real Christian and not some LARPing idiot that wants to kill everybody and Nazi Christian Corey Mailer that says Hitler was a Christian prince and stuff. See, nobody should give this guy any dignity of respect of taking him seriously. Wrecked. Who's this Boniface group? Failed attempt to ambush in an absolute embarrassment and disrespect. You people are bad faith snakes. Trent was outclassed. Never heard of this Trent guy, but he was not impressive either, the few minutes that I watched. All right, let's go see. Andrew Wilson pushes back on Joe Rogan. Andrew Wilson on Joe Rogan again. Yeah, I don't know why the power chat's not turning on, guys. It's on. Hold on. We'll try it again. It's a little glitchy sometimes. Sometimes I have to refresh and click the box again. No, some other Trent guy, not Trent Horn. Modern day debates always doing the Christ cuck versus Christ cuck instead of getting Adam on to debate. They invite him on since 2 years ago, right?
School sort explains why Perez is gay.
It might. Good accent there, too.
Sober Jeff Hardy sent $5 on Rumble. If you're going to be a spiritual Jew, you got to find ways to get more shekels from the goyim.
True.
Kosher grifting son.
Yep, Christ is cha-ching.
Anonymous sent $5 just a reminder, Adam. Wednesday is an Anglophile version of Wednesday. So that would be a W for Europeans?
All right, let's go. Wotan's Day.
Hawk Shred sent $10 on Rumble.
Yeah.
2 months of snakes is the best / most insane thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, how do you defeat 2 months of snakes following you everywhere you go? Sounds like a horror
Maxed Out
movie.
Bear sent $20 on
Thank
Rumble.
you, Maxed Out Bear.
Thanks.
So for 2 months, he was assuming a Christian praying to Jesus every day. Jesus, please save me from the snakes. But the satanic temple was just too powerful with their Ouija curses. Dude, if you believe that story, see, people, these grifters scaring people with these scare tactics are making people like paranoid, schizophrenic crazies, convincing them that Satanists are doing rituals where snakes are attacking you everywhere. Yo, Jenna says it might be Big Tech's fault that they have not invited you back on since. Laugh out loud. I know. Thanks a lot, Big Tech. Modern day debate brought me on, and Big Tech went a little too hard in the paint. All right, let's see this. First, Andrew pushes back on Joe Rogan, Charlie Kirk theories. I hope this is good.
There's any possibility that
I was just on a space with Andrew hosted the other night, debunking some of these Charlie Kirk truther morons.
there's any possibility that someone else killed him? Do you think there's any possibility that he was assassinated by Israel?
I've never. Well, when we're talking about possibility, almost anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
But there's not good evidence to support it, and there's probably pretty good evidence not to. So for instance, the guy was still very much of a pro-Israel guy, even up to death. It is true that he was fighting with donors about the cause and this.
But if he could have been a substantial roadblock to the Iraq war, or Iran war rather, if he was a substantial roadblock.
No.
I mean, that's not outside the realm.
You thought Charlie was going to start running some anti-Iran counter-signaling Trump campaign? He got on board with invasion of Gaza in 2025. He got on board with the bombing of Iran in 2025 that Trump did. It's like all these people that didn't know Charlie Kirk, didn't pay attention to Charlie Kirk for years. Dude, yeah, Amalek says he would have supported it. All because of those few out of context clips. Exactly.
Possibility that
it's bad when Andrew is the voice of reason. Yeah,
a nation state would take a guy like that out.
They didn't take out Fuentes. They didn't take out Owens. They didn't take out Ian Carroll. They didn't take out any of these other huge personalities who were roadblocks to the way.
I think Charlie was very different. Carroll, or excuse me, Fuentes is more easy to dismiss because he said so many wild things, shit posting. He said so many crazy things that I think he is almost embodying in their.
To be fair, Rogan's got a point here. Charlie was their guy for a long time. If he would have really had a big turn against them, and he moved the whole youth conservative organization to not be as pro-Israel, that's way different than Fuentes doing what he's always done, or Candace Owens' mental illness. If anything, people go, oh, if Israel's assassinating people, why wouldn't they assassinate Candace? Because she's retarded and she helps them. That's why they don't want to take out Candace. They couldn't ask for a stupider opposition, more discredited opposition.
Eyes like the crazy anti-Semite, whereas Charlie was not an anti-Semite, was much more reasonable, and if he was going against Israel, it could be a real problem. I also think that he had a tremendous amount of influence on the president. He had his ear. You know, I think the president respected him.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The interesting part, though, if you look at the history there, Fuentes conducted his Graper War against TPUSA and Charlie Kirk because of the pro-Israel stance and because of his pro-homosexual stance, his like big tent Republicanism, he called it. Yeah. So they had the pro stances for these things. And what's interesting about all of it, if you follow the details of it up until Kirk's death, TPUSA actually moved a lot more towards the Groyper-Fuentes position than they moved towards the kind of pro-Israel, this type of position, meaning a lot of the ideology that I think Kirk was changing on came from these various outside influences. And so if that's the case, why wouldn't you just curtail those outside influences and then you can keep Kirk as the mouthpiece, right?
Yeah.
So I think that there's a pretty good counter.
Good point, Andrew. Charlie was only probably being more publicly critical of Israel to save face because everybody was becoming anti-Israel. If he wanted to retain any credibility at all, he had to give some mild criticisms. He had to act like he wasn't totally in the bag and a loyal Zionist top Shabbos goy. I've said it many times.
To that idea. Now, you can't rule anything out as possibility, but it seems likely to me with how much trans have been shooting everything up for the last couple of years and how often it's the case that you find leftists involved in these signal groups and involved in these group chats and things like this for the purpose of radicalization. Wouldn't surprise me a bit if there was a left-wing conspiracy assisting Tyler Robinson.
That's it. Okay, let's see here. The guest discussed the influence of Christian ethics in religious debates on modern worldviews.
Mm-hmm. This is why so many people have moved.
I asked the Gemini, where is Christianity and Jesus mentioned? Not until 2 hours and 20 minutes in. I wonder what they talk about the rest of the time. This is just out a few minutes ago. Andrew back on Joe Rogan for the second time in like the last few months.
Move towards Christianity and Christian ethics. Seeing the religious debates has a lot to do with that, with the various ideas in worldview being expanded, and then the kind of the graciousness even after the debate of trying to help the other person with their view.
That's very cool, and that would be nice if most people used that framework to have discussions.
They don't.
They don't. No, they don't. It's just, and again, it's like, it's a part of what we were talking about, that there's this whole commodity of attention, and there's a lot of attention on dunking on people and shitting on people and being mean, and people.
The ortho bros never try to dunk or be mean to anybody. Of course not. Do you know who you're talking to right now, Rogan? Do you think Andrew's like some nice little angel guy or something? It's never mean to anybody.
But love that stuff for whatever reason.
That's true. Now, I'm not always that charitable when it comes to progressives or leftists, the people who I consider responsible for many of the most horrific things in society socially that we deal with. I'm not nearly as charitable to them. But this is because in my humble experience, they have not been very charitable to anybody.
No,
anybody's views.
It's a very hyper-aggressive position, and very prone to insults, and that it's normalized. Like attacking people's normalized. The celebration of Charlie Kirk is a great example of like the cruelty that's normalized, right?
And when you get down to the core pillar of their ideology, a lot of them think not only is this justified. I'll give you an example. There's a guy.
All right. That's enough of that. Back to Candace. This is so crazy. Look at this clip of Candace. Number one, Candace handing this Jewish guy, Adam, here an easy W because she's so retarded. Look at what she admitted on this show. This explains everything that Candace is doing right now. I wish all of the candy cultists, all of the conspiraslop Charlie Kirk truthers should listen to her right here and realize this is exactly what she's doing with Charlie
I've always
Kirk.
been very sure of myself. I've always been very sure of myself, even when I was wrong. Do you know what I mean? Is that
Even when she's wrong, she's still very confident and very sure of herself. She's admitting this as if it's not an awful thing. It's always the most ignorant people that have the most confidence, too.
That makes sense. Like I have a 2-year-old toddler, and he's I have a 2-year-old toddler son who's got that same characteristic where he's always very sure of himself, even when he's completely wrong.
So I remember Candace saying that on the Peabody podcast to my face, saying, I'm always very sure about myself, even when I'm wrong. And I was thinking, wow, that's incredible. And now, years later, Candace still very sure about herself, even when she's wrong. You gotta hand it to Candace. Candace, keep doing you, boo.
I've always been very sure of myself, even when I was wrong. Do you know what I mean? Does that makes sense? Like I have a 2-year-old.
Yeah, it all makes a lot of sense now. That's exactly what's going on. All right? This is not a good thing to be very sure of yourself when you're wrong. She thinks it's funny, too. I find it very obnoxious. People that are the most ignorant, that have done the least amount of research, have the most chutzpah and the most confidence, and they're the ones that are quick to say, you don't know what you're talking about, or you're a whatever. The people that always don't know anything. Ignorant and cunty about it, yeah. This completely explains everything that she's doing with Charlie Kirk right now. Extreme confidence, even when she's wrong.
Toddler, and he's I have a 2-year-old toddler.
I've always been uppity. Yeah, you have the self-awareness of a 2-year-old. Exactly. Amalek says she mispronounced another word wrong. Where did that go? I love those. Let's see what it is. Adhesive? Uh-oh. How is she going to say adhesive? Adhesive? The one we played the other day was miles per in hour. Never heard anybody in my life get miles per hour wrong. Miles per in hour. English is her first language, and she gets all of these words wrong. Right, Candace, the chess master that doesn't know how to play chess. Super confident that she's a detective when she gets everything wrong. I don't know. How could you get adhesive? Adhesive is such a common word. What is she going to say? Adhesive? Adhesive?
Easy glue, and it is because it makes it easy to wipe off adhesive. Easy glue, and it is because it makes it easy to wipe off adhesive.
Adhesive.
Glue, and
they wiped off the adhesive off of Charlie, guys. We got to the bottom of it. Hold on, I can't even get it wrong.
It makes it easy to wipe off adhesive.
Adhesive. It's because she's reading from a teleprompter, too. Adhesive. Dude, somebody needs to do the ultimate compilation of her smell. Dude, I saw something remember how I'm always talking about the faces she makes? I saw some video today and people were like pausing on her faces. She can't read. All she does is make faces, say stupid things and make funny faces, and the wine moms go insane. And all the grifting orbiters like Baron Coleman and Ian Carroll and Stu Peters and Lionel and Jimmy Dore, all these men boosting her up to try to get a little trickle down of likes and followers from her and her big following. That's so good. Candace Owens is all feelings and no facts.
People who have a soul feel icky. Our feeling about how people felt when it felt like it feels like we're being mocked. Now, how I felt, that's how I feel. I feel thing feels weird and wrong. It feels like and I feel like I have been being gaslit. How we all feel right now. That's a normal human feeling. That's how I feel. I hate them anyway.
Guys.
How does that make you feel?
What did in the stream we did yesterday? Julian Dory was like, as soon as I saw Erica walk out to address the public, I just got a bad feeling about it. My gut told me something's wrong. I got a feeling. My feels. Yeah, we're going to need a little more than your feelings, guys. Evidence doesn't matter. Feeling, instinct, your gut, everything. Women's intuition.
The way that I feel if she feels cyberbullied. That's how I felt. And it feels like, that's how I feel. I just feel like where I felt like, I said, I genuinely feel that was how it felt. Like it felt like this, and I know I'm sure everyone feels this way, but it feels very end of times right now here. It feels like that was how I felt. And I feel like I just feel like everyone's glitching right now. People keep going to hit the Bible verses and tell us why we can't feel the way we feel. I feel like it was. I feel and see how makes you feel.
My feelings.
Felt weird.
It feels like you're being played. You feel it. It seems off. You feel like this is a coordinated.
See, that's what they're all doing. You feel that you're feeling very sleepy. You feel like your eyelids are getting very heavy. You're feeling very tired. This is all looks really suspicious. See, this is like hypnosis. Something doesn't feel right about all of this. That feels really weird. This is what it is.
And choreographed spectacle so that you are played.
I sense that's the vibe, and it's effing weird. It's weird. How weird is that? That's weird. They're just being weird.
Does that not feel weird, guys? How weird is that? Like I said, they could show the most normal thing. They can have the most normal response. Erica, like on Fox News, crying, and they just go, that doesn't feel right. That's giving me suspicious vibes. Like that's all these people do. It feels icky. Or the faces, Ian Carroll, Baron Coleman, they're all mimicking her faces. Lionel does the faces too. I mean, everybody does faces sometimes. Everybody has expression. But I'm telling you, with them, that is what is so persuasive to these people. They're susceptible and highly vulnerable to the manipulation.
The more weirdness that's going on, it's really weird, and it makes me uncomfortable.
It's so weird. Oh, a baby woke up at night. That's really weird. Oh, she wore white at the Charlie Kirk's Celebration of Life event. That's weird.
Kooky. That
most annoying girl in class
obviously
vibe.
Abnormal. It was ghastly, and things were crazy. They're just sort of glitching, and I truly am not trying to be dramatic here. They don't know how to behave like humans, comprehend real human emotion. We're humans, so that's why we saw it for what it was. I don't know what to believe. It makes me uncomfortable. Just illogical. Everything is fake and gay. That upset me. What was upsetting to me.
Whole lot of feels. That's what she's got. Short on the facts, big on the feels. Oh, and here she is admitting, too, that she struggles with vengeance. And she's got vengeance. She's got an axe to grind against Charlie Kirk for kicking her out of TPUSA and Erica Kirk for stealing her man and stealing the organization she helped build. That's what is also at the core of all of this. Vengeance against Charlie and the blonde beauty pageant girl that he chose over Candace.
Okay, I need to calm down. I told the priest I would chill. I did. No, I didn't. I actually said I just needed time. But I understood that my anger was wrong. And the priest told me that is like, everybody struggles with certain things. Mine is vengeance.
What?
I have to work on that.
You don't say!
So I'd like to apologize for my tone 10 seconds ago. Okay, I need to calm down.
Very clear. Oh, checking in on Stu Peters, who's like one of the biggest kooks leading this thing. Dude, if you're getting your worldview from a guy like Stu Peters, who thinks the earth is flat and doesn't know why the moon is out at night and believes every kooky thing imaginable, I don't know what to do for you.
Erica was spotted by...
I haven't even watched this yet. Let's see what they're claiming. Stu Peters, this is back in February, by the way. Stu Peters putting Erica Kirk on blast, saying she knew what happened to Charlie Kirk was going to happen. I love how when Stu debates Andrew, he won't answer any question. He won't admit to everything that he claims. He says, "You're trying to set me up for a defamation lawsuit." Stand on your business, dude. You want to say everybody killed Charlie Kirk, but you won't actually say it because you're a fraud. I love how with Tyler, all of the evidence and the video and his car there and the DNA and the confession and all of that is he's innocent until proven guilty. But then with Erica, it's she's guilty day one. She's guilty based on guilty because they claim she's fake crying, or guilty because she didn't wear the right clothing. Guilty.
Erica was spotted by Mitch Snow on Fort Huachuca alongside Cabot Phillips. And the next day, Brian Harpole was spotted alongside U.S. military brass. That's
that
where
was
the
bullshit, and that guy's a fraud.
operation to kill Charlie Kirk was run out of. Erica Kirk.
Hold on, Zelensky, did you just say Stu is still America first? Because you're about to get fucking blocked. The Duganist Russia shill that it does everything to subvert America is not America first. Zelensky. Come on.
Knew that this was coming. She had foreknowledge. On Candace Owens' podcast, she went over some new information regarding one of Erica Kirk's best friends, Tracy Martin. It's been suggested that Tracy Martin is actually the person that Erica was with on the day that Charlie was killed.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Zelensky gave $100 yesterday. You can say whatever you want, Zelensky. Until my patience meter runs out. Until the meter runs out and you got to pay another 100. He's Christ first? I think he's Stu Peters first.
At the time that he was killed. And now there's even more to that. Because Tracy's daughter actually works for Erica Kirk as her personal assistant. And she was supposed to accompany Charlie to his event at UVU because she also works on the Charlie Kirk show. But she backed out at the last minute at the behest.
Yeah, actually, he's not America first. He's Jesus first, actually. Let me show the clip. I'm going to find that clip. I just remembered. They're not America first. They're Rabbi Jesus first.
Of her mother.
They believe we're idiots. Erica should be dragged into a police precinct. Tracy Martin should be dragged into a police precinct. She needs to be questioned. Erica needs to be questioned.
We need to drag her into Guantanamo Bay and question her about her Russia connections. That's what we need to do.
Narrative is just falling apart here, isn't it?
No, it's not. Mm-hmm. Your narrative's falling apart, dude. What do you mean? He's going to be convicted unless you guys get somebody on to have a hung jury and a mistrial. He's going to jail.
Just like Turning Point USA's alibis, most importantly, Erica Kirk's alibis, her fairy tales about where she was and what she was doing on the day that Charlie Kirk was killed and in the days leading up to when Charlie was killed. Yeah, they're falling apart as well because she's a liar. So no, it doesn't sound like Tracy had some kind of mother's intuition. It sounds like Tracy
gets sued for this. Erica, please sue Stu Peters and take every shekel that he has. He's been one of the biggest people on the internet saying that Erica killed her husband. He should be number one on the lawsuit. No, Candace should. Yeah, the guy that scammed everybody with his meme coin, J-proofed, he told you it was going to take down the Federal Reserve. And the Jews could do nothing to stop it. J-proof. If it weren't for that Lucas Gage to say it was a shit coin, he would have brought down the whole economic system.
Foreknowledge. And whether anyone wants to admit it or not, everyone knows why it happened. At least we do now. Because like we have said so many times here on the show, Charlie Kirk was walking away from the pro-Israel cause. He said it himself on air, in texts, in conversations, and Bibi wouldn't take no for an answer. Erica Kirk, Ben Shapiro, and Benjamin Netanyahu were actually planning to film together in Florida. But for whatever reason, it never happened.
They were filming something in Palm Beach, and it got canceled last second. Does that feel like the direction of travel that Charlie Kirk was going into?
Look at this. Look at this. Okay, does this look like America first to you, Zelensky? Stu interviews Dugan on declining U.S. hegemony. Does that sound like America first? No, they're celebrating the fall of the synagogue of Satan, satanic Baal-worshipping, Moloch-worshipping West. Yeah, shilling Dugan and the decline of America is not actually America first.
Benjamin Netanyahu and Ben Shapiro and Erica Kirk joining forces is akin to planting the 6-star devil flag on.
Dude, is this new to you that Charlie Kirk was teaming up with Zionist and he did a video with Ben Shapiro like the day before he was shot.
On the top of Turning Point USA headquarters, or on the top of Charlie's dead body, actually. And it's confirming for the entire world what we all already knew happened. Charlie Kirk was killed for not groveling to the cause of Zionism, for breaking free of the chains that had been around him for his entire career.
Hey, just like Stu was totally wrong about Benjamin Netanyahu being dead. Look, he tweeted March of this year, Benjamin Netanyahu, that's dead. Hooray. Mike Adams, too. This idiot who blocked me. No way. Look, it's fake. He's AI. They all told you Netanyahu was AI. They're all wrong about that. Look, Stu Peters says 21,000 likes for this lie. Netanyahu is dead. The U.S.-Israel war machine is getting handled. They killed Charlie Kirk, and the Epstein files won't go away. They're lying about everything. The cabal is all in, and they're going for all of it. 22,000 likes for the retarded lie that Netanyahu was dead. Does he apologize? Does everybody go, wow, he could be wrong about that? Maybe he's wrong about Charlie Kirk. No, of course not. They call me the 7,000 and the Jew and the Fed. Even though I was calling all this out when Stu Peters was a bounty hunter, rapper, QAnon shill.
And that everyone around him, up to and including his own wife, was in on it. Every single one of these people should be immediately arrested. They should be dragged into court. They should be put on trial in the very same way that Tyler Robinson is being put on trial for their lives.
Man, I'm trying to find, hold on. Maybe if I search America First, it'll come up. I got to do Jesus First. That's what I'll say. Jesus First, we'll find it. Sneeko had a dream that Dan Kazarian would win. Prophet Sneeko thinks Dan is going to win. He's polling at 1%. In probably the most Zionist district in the country. They elected Randy Fine, and they love Donald Trump. Oh, but at least he's doing something. At least he's pretending to run for office, and he's going to lose.
Dan Bilzerian,
Is Sneeko retarded?
Dan Bilzerian, I'm praying for this campaign. I don't know. I had a dream about it. I think Dan Bilzerian's going to win. I think a lot of people are going to be
just like Candace. My dreams. I had a dream that he won.
Be surprised. I'm hoping. Inshallah, he.
Look at what this idiot Stu wrote about me. This was so funny. Apparently, Trump blocked the Christ is King account. Let's take a look at everyone that hates Jesus. Satan, Jews, Donald Trump, Adam Green. Honored to be first team all Jesus hater. Thanks, Stu. That was funny. And yeah, we were supposed to debate, and there was an audio mess up, and he said, oh, we'll do it again. He never wanted to do it again. Can't handle the smoke, can't handle a debate. Total fraud. How's that Goldco money? How's those Zelensky pills money, Stu?
He does win. Dan Bilzerian, I'm praying for this campaign. I don't know. I had a dream about it.
Mark Crampton
I think Dan Bilzerian
sent $5 on Rumble. Wednesday shekels. Hail Odin.
Hey, Zelensky, you're going to owe me another $100 for being wrong about Stu being America First. Watch this.
I am America First. I used to say America First, but I'm starting to say America Second because it should be God First.
Yeah.
America Second. And that's what America First is, right? So,
see, America First is Yahweh First. Okay, he's not America First. He's King of the Jews, Jesus, and Jewish God of Israel, Yahweh First. All right? He's Russia first over America first. Easy. All right, Zelensky, I want to see in the chat. You were right, Adam. Sorry I doubted you. You were right. Another 100 shekels coming up any day now. All right? Not America first. They're Jewish fairy tales in Russia first.
I am America first.
I remember everything, guys. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. But I remember this.
I am America first. I used to say America first, but I'm starting to say America second because it should be God first.
Yeah.
America second. And that's what America first is, right? So,
but see, America first really means Rabbi Yeshua HaMashiach first. All right.
Aaron's going to win.
Dan's going to win, guys. I had a dream. I'm hoping. And if he doesn't win, it's the Groiper's fault. Because Dan called Nick a Fed and Nick responded. Yeah, he was never going to win. Groiper, Nick endorsement or not, he was not going to win. I heard that Dan ran for president in 2016 or 2020 or something like that. So he's done this grift before. This fake poker player, trust fund, vape salesman, Instagram hoe, attention seeker.
Inshallah, he does win. If he doesn't win, then you guys know who backed that up. You guys know
if he doesn't win, we know who to blame. Anybody that didn't endorse him and Stu and Jake Shields, it's their fault. Failed weed farmer.
His campaign and AIPAC funded. Randy Fine, just like Thomas Massey, but I am hopeful about Dan Bilzerian. I got to tell you, from my perception, I think he's going to upset a lot of you, and he's going to surprise a lot of you guys.
Yeah, just like, dude, how much coal can Sneeko shovel on the internet? Hey, Sneeko, do we need to remind you that you endorsed Trump and told everybody to vote for Trump like 3 days before the election and said he's our best chance at world peace? He's not going to bomb the Muslim countries. That's what you told him.
Dan Bilzerian, I'm
coal factory. Yeah, he's a coal factory. Unlimited coal. Him and Dan Bilzerian said, "You're a Fed if you don't think it was a lapel mic that blew up Charlie." Talk about coal. I don't know why Nick Fuentes got on. Look at this. Dan is polling at 1% to Randy Fine's 96. So much for doing something. The dude doesn't even live in Florida. He hasn't campaigned anywhere in Florida. He's only raised money from a bunch of Muslims. You know what? There's a video on YouTube I saw, some guy exposing Dan's scams. We might have to watch that.
Hawkshred sent $5 on Rumble. Sneeko will be a mukbang streamer by next year.
I don't know what that is. What is mukbang? If I look that up, is it going to be some porn or something? Mukbang streamer? Mukbang definition. Online video where a host eats large amounts of food while talking to an audience. Oh. Sneeko absolutely destroyed a white dude after heated confrontation where he called him a brown clown. Let's see it. I don't have my hopes up for this guy, especially if he's a Christian. We'll see.
Dude, we're going to deport your nigger ass.
Do it. Come do it yourself, pussy.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? In and out of the country.
We're just going to put that in the shredder.
What are you going to do about it? What are you going to, you're going to skip?
Bro,
you're going to skip?
Like that.
You're going to do nothing.
I'm putting my volume up.
You're not going to do nothing. You're going to talk on Twitter.
He's chimping out.
You're going to talk on Twitter. You're the one chipping out over free speech. I believe in American values. You're following a trillionaire African migrant saying deport me. Good goy. Elon Musk is partnered up with Netanyahu and you're repeating what he's saying.
I'm not even talking about
Good goy. Elon Musk is the one who started saying deport me, and now look at your stupid kafir ass repeating his lies.
No, it's just because you're brown.
Huh?
It's just because you're a brown nigger.
And how are you going to deport me exactly?
It had nothing to do with Elon Musk, bro.
You know, this is why your race is declining, because you have no solutions. You just love to wave a George Floyd thing and then say slop that doesn't get done. This is why your women are going. This is why all your white women are going over to us.
I can tell.
Because they can tell you're men of no substance. You got nothing about you.
You don't hate Sneeko enough. No, Sneeko. The only reason any white girls may like you is because you have internet clout. Because you have an army of third worlders Triggered and mask slipped. Yeah. See, this is why it was disgusting that all the people that welcomed Sneeko in and normalized him and act like he's the new right and he's based in Red Pill and he's the ally. We didn't forget. Sure, Nick is feuding with him now and calling him out now. We didn't forget that he was your best bud for years. Sneeko's chimping out, yeah.
Don't mean anything. You just love saying slurs and slogans. That's all.
Yeah, dude, you hate America so much. You call us the Great Satan. You want to interview all these Russian agents like Dugan. Go move to a Muslim country. You want Islam to take over in America? Move to a Muslim country.
You got?
I can tell I hit a nerve, nigger boy.
No, I mean, this is why you're done. It's just, you're all the same. You repeat the same stuff. And then you cry about white replacement. But what is your solution? Saying a slur on Omegle? This is what's going to save you?
I'm not crying about anything. You're putting words in my mouth. You're telling me about.
You're the one who's crying so much about my speech. You want me deported?
Your speech? No, I just want you deported because you're a brown nigger. I said that already.
And you're not going to do anything about it.
What do you mean you're
not going to do anything about it?
Why do you keep putting words in my mouth?
You're not going to do anything about it. You want me deported?
Nigger.
What are you going to do about it?
You third world poop nigger. Relax.
Oh, see, that's all you got.
Right,
is slurs.
Dude, does this guy have anything besides just calling him the N-word?
18 are now on OnlyFans at a higher rate than any other ethnicity because your men are you.
Dude, that's your only talking point.
You got nothing.
Do you and Nick Fuentes like tickle each other's ball sacks? You're like a little twink like him.
Well, that's the savior of your white race, right? This Pablo Wentberg.
I don't like Nick Fuentes.
He's a Mexican Jew, and he's.
I like handsome truth. Shout out HT.
Oh God, okay. Now it makes sense. We got a copycatter here. All their arguments are from 4chan Jews. All right. Always about exonerating Judaism. This is Michigan Senate nominee Abdul El Sayed said that he venerates Judaism. Come on. There's your Muslim opposition. Just like Sneeko. Sneeko loves Judaism. It's only the Talmud, or like as if that's not Judaism. Or it's only Zionism.
AIPAC and Israel. AIPAC and Israel.
Look, the voice of the rabbis, they love this. Yeah, nothing wrong with Judaism. I love how the Muslims can't really criticize Judaism because Islam is built upon Judaism. So, of course, they're not going to criticize it. Read what Mark said in chat. Super chat? Oh, Mark's here. What's up, Mark? Get Adam to notice. 7 p.m. UK, 2 p.m. What? Please help me get the attention, Adam.
AIPAC and Israel are not the same as Judaism and the Jewish people. I love Judaism and I love the Jewish people.
See, he loves Judaism. This is why they all do. They're all about, it's not Jews, it's not Judaism. It's Zionism, not Judaism. It's AIPAC, not Judaism. No, dude. And then they say, oh, if you say Judaism is bad, you're a Nazi. You're bad. You're an anti-Semitic Nazi. That's what they do. Okay, here we go. Mark Collette says ethno-nationalism versus Christian nationalism. A debate with someone tomorrow. Who are you debating on that? Mark, are you debating for Christian nationalism or for Christian national? Has Mark gone pagan? I saw you had the Asatru guy on, and then you had Hypatia on. Has Mark finally left the Christian camp? You're debating for Christian nationalists? No. Bruh. No way. You're debating in favor of Christian nationalism? No. Okay, no, ethno-national. Okay, that's better. Dude, you troll. You trolling me, trying to make me sweat and freak out, Mark. Trying to make me chimp out, dude.
I venerate Judaism and I venerate the Jewish people. I stand with Judaism and I stand
See, this is why I say Islam is controlled opposition to Judaism. And sorry, but Judaism is at the core of Jewish identity and the state of Israel. All right? Total vindication. Mark says, check your email. I will. I'll check it. Muslim loves Judaism.
Jewish people. And the single...
Sneeko says the same thing.
And the single most dangerous thing that they've tried to tell us is that somehow they can extend the definition of anti-Semitism to include a foreign government and its leaders. I call bullshit. No.
See, but it is anti-Semitic to say Judaism has issues.
9 macrometer sent $50. Mark Pollockberg exposed.
Thank you, Macrometer. Dude, he almost gave me a freaking heart attack saying he's debating for Christian nationalism. Yeah. Who are you debating, by the way, on that? It's on YouTube? Dude, Mark's turned pagan debating Christian nationalism. Let's go. Finally, my plan is all coming to fruition. No, I'm just kidding.
If you believe that anti-Semitism extends to include a foreign government and AIPAC, you are creating a dangerous circumstance. So it is important for us to recognize that we love Judaism and the Jewish people because we love people. And we love Palestinians and their rights because we love people. And we love that our tax dollars get spent here, on schools here, and healthcare here, because we love people. You cannot claim that human rights end at a border.
Yo, Mark, I saw some of your TRS buddies are celebrating that this guy won. They're celebrating Muslims winning office. Maybe you should tell them how that's working out in England. It's like they'll celebrate. Who's the? I forget the name of the mayor of London. They're gonna celebrate that Timo Mamdani. Yeah. So a Muslim that loves Judaism getting elected, and TRS guys are celebrating. You see that, Mark? Based.
You cannot claim that you want to invest in our kids when you send our money abroad to kill other people's kids. You cannot claim it.
He sounds very white, though, to be fair. Oh, look, AOC is for him, too. Abdul for Senate. Dude, look at this guy with the gut hanging out. Dude, is that George R.R. Martin? Love Judaism. Zionism, not Judaism. Every time. Gut check. Gut check. They all do this. They all do this. It's the Russia propaganda. This is they're Khazarians. They're not Jews. Zionism, not Judaism. Here it is. Sneeko says the same thing with his Muslim friend.
I agree completely. Like I think Judaism is a good religion, regardless. Like people sometimes get upset. Like it's crazy, like the echo chamber you have. And then we should definitely focus on Zionism. But what do you think about this? Think about this. I agree completely. Like I think
Judaism's a beautiful religion, a good religion. Focus on Zionism. See, they're just these people aren't going to make it. They're just an obstacle to it. They're all protecting the root of the issue, because they all have their own flavor of Abrahamic religions. Of course, the Muslims and the Christians aren't going to say Judaism is not real. They can't. If Judaism's not real, then Christianity and Islam aren't real. So it's built-in controlled opposition. Let's see this. What does Adam King say about the anti-Jew cabal crumbles even further? And I saw somebody share this to me. They said that he's using my talking points against Fishback.
I'm not betraying my religion.
James Fishback is calling me.
What does he say?
James, I'm live.
1776 Thesequel sent $5 on Rumble. Mark, Adam, Neil and Tom Russell from Survive the Jive should do a show. That would be a banger. I'll vote on and our people coming back to common sense and our folk stories.
I wish that was the big thing. Mark, are you familiar with Tom Rosell? I think he's from Ireland. He's part of Great Britain. No, Ireland's not Great Britain. That's Scotland. Never mind.
What's up, man?
Got back from Dearborn. It's just like the Middle East and has the best food you must visit.
Tom's slacking on content. He's probably traveling. I think he's traveling.
What's up, James?
Not much. Not much. Sounds like I don't have your phone anymore.
Well, you want me deported?
Sneeko, what I said was that calls to spread Islamism in America, if that's genuinely what anyone wants to do, then those people would be better off spreading that in the Middle East. What I said.
Where's Catholicism from, James?
This nation was founded on the principles found in the Old and New Testament.
Answer the question, dude. Where? I love how see. This is why you can't say, a Christian can't say to Sneeko that Islam is a brown religion, because then he will turn right around and say Christianity is a Jewish religion and you're worshiping a Jew, and then you take the L.
You didn't answer my question. Where's Catholicism from?
What we're talking about is whether or not you want to spread, or anyone, by the way, I didn't even say you, I said anyone who would want to spread Islamism in America. There are countries that are receptive to Islamism. They are in the Middle East. Actually, a few of them are in Africa, and many of them are actually in South Asia. And I think it's a very...
I can't wait for this guy to lose so I don't have to see him all the time. This stupid Jesus shill. Remember, he's like, this is the first candidacy that's dedicated to Jesus Christ. Or he said, he also tweeted, you can't be America first if you're not Jesus first. Remember when he tweeted that one too? I can't wait for this guy to lose and then start his Rumble podcast career. Hopefully, I never heard of him before he started running, and I hope I never hear from him again afterwards.
Clear statement that if you want to spread Islamism, or anyone wants to, you're far better off doing that in societies that are receptive to it. That's it.
So I shouldn't be deported.
First off, you're a U.S. citizen, so I don't even know legally how that would work. Second off, I'm running for governor. I don't have control over immigration policy. Third off, any foreign political ideology that Americans are opposed to, like
Catholicism.
Americans aren't opposed to Catholicism.
Well, it's not about Americans. It's a foreign religion, right? It's based in the Vatican, not America.
Parts of America and the colonies prohibited Catholics from holding office because they had loyalty to the Vatican. They're Vatican first. A true Catholic is Pope is their authority and they're Vatican first.
Catholicism is not based in the Vatican. Catholicism is a worldwide religion. The seat of Peter is in the...
So is Islam as a worldwide religion. Fail.
Vatican. But look, I'm just calling, man. I'm calling to say hi. I saw you said some stuff about us. In any event, my view is really simple, and it wasn't actually even directed at any one particular person. It is that
See, this is why I don't like this guy. Fishback says, you cannot put America first without putting Jesus Christ at the center of everything that we do. Christ is king.
And I'll tell you this right here, right now. There cannot be America first without putting Jesus Christ first at the center of everything that we do.
So America first is putting the Jewish Messiah from the Middle East that's going to return to the Middle East first, apparently.
A political and religious ideology known as Islamism, that being spread in the United States is not something that's well received. It's not something that's welcomed. And those who intend to do that, no matter what party they're in, no matter who they are, have a better chance of being successful at that in other countries. And we shouldn't welcome that in America. It's just that simple, man.
Okay. Well, what is Islamism? You keep saying this.
And this guy, he said he was friends with Barry Weiss. He said he was part Jewish, and then he said he wasn't, and that he was going to release his 23andMe DNA results, and then he never did. And pretty sure he got his girlfriend pregnant and then had a shotgun wedding right before they announced that she was pregnant. Yeah, Zelensky, we know. Yeah, Randy Fine, massive Zionist. Whoever he's running against, probably massive Zionist. I'm just supposed to vote for whoever, no matter what, as long as they're running against some Zionist?
Listen, I just saw that you said some stuff. I just wanted to call. Again, I just wanted to say that at the end of the day, we all want what's best for the United States of America. And I think that a political ideology that...
Yeah, he did some press conference that he's got some dirt on Byron McDonald's tomorrow. It'll probably be nothing.
That is not consistent with the founding values of this country.
Like Catholicism. The founding fathers were majority Protestant if they were Christian. The rest were deists. Some of them were Freemason. Protestant Christians were literally protesting the Catholic Church. That's what Protestant comes from. They were protesting that Catholic monarchy. And so you're a Catholic. That doesn't found any basis from the founding fathers.
John.
It's Byron McDonald's, right? I thought it was McDonald's.
Carroll signed the Declaration of Independence. He was Catholic. But look, I digress, man. I digress. Again, this is, I think...
Dude, Sneeko is so bent out of shape about people calling to deport him. It's funny.
The issue with much of our politics these days is it becomes too personal as opposed to the big picture issue, which is Islamism is welcome in other countries in the world.
You keep saying, but what is it? You keep saying this word Islamism. We haven't defined it. What is that?
It's not McDonald's.
Understood term. Actually.
Well, I don't care enough to look it up.
Well defined in scholarly research and academic literature.
Yeah. If someone is polling less than 10%, you are wasting your money if you donate to their campaign. Hey, get behind this candidate that's polling at 1%. Otherwise, you're for the Zionists. Get behind this Jew worshiper or, whoever. Otherwise, you're a Zionist. Hey, if you counter-signal me, if you don't donate to me, you're a Zionist. How about that? Oh, you're running against somebody? Well, I'm exposing the Jewish religion. Donate to me, support me. If you counter-signal me, you're with the Jews. All right, two could play that game.
Sure. My point is this, man, is at the end of the day, we need to remember what this fight is really, really about. And that's all that I would say. And like I said, I just wanted to
Well, if you're against the tech cabal because you don't want Peter Thiel to be putting data centers in Florida, then when Elon Musk, a trillionaire African migrant, calls for my deportation and you follow that populist rhetoric that's going viral on X, it sounds like you have picked a side. And so if you're really against the tech cabal, then you wouldn't be repeating that propaganda from Elon.
Yeah, dude, if you want Islam to take over America and you are anti-Western and love Dugan and all these Russia shills, you should be deported. Or even worse, you should be put in Guantanamo with the rest of your jihadi buddies.
I didn't repeat any propaganda from Elon. In fact, I'm one of the few people that stood up to Elon when he did a lot of the craziness in 2025. What I have said is that no flock, no data centers, no Palantir. I've never taken a penny from Palantir. I never will. We have an existential fight that violates so many of our fundamental liberties enshrined in that Constitution. That's what I'm fighting for. And you're going to, I'm always going to be someone that's going to call out that kind of craziness.
When is this the election, by the way?
As I have from the very beginning.
And I'm going to call it the craziness too. If you want me deported for exercising my free speech rights and my
November 3rd.
Right to practice my religion, freedom of religion, separation of church and state, I can say what I want to say. I want to spread Islam and I will continue to.
So what I care about in this country is making sure that the people who have made our country great have an opportunity to benefit. That means standing up to the H-1B scam. That means standing up to BlackRock and Blackstone from buying up our homes. That means protecting free speech. That means protecting the Second Amendment. At the end of the day, that's what I care about. Again, man, I just call. I didn't. It's not like an Alex Jones debate thing. I just called. But in any event, that's that. Have a great night.
You too. Best of luck against Byron. I think you're a better option, but.
Well, look, but listen. I'm trying to be the lesser of two evils in this. And that's what I've said is that I'm not running against Byron Donalds. I'm not running against the guy who just ran $10 million of AIPAC-inspired ads against me during the World Cup for calling out the anti-Semitism law. I'm the only Republican that's actually done that. I'm not the only guy. I'm the guy who's being attacked from that. So I don't want anyone to think, I'm voting for Fishback because he's a lesser of two evils. I want people to look at our campaign and say, I'm voting for a campaign because it stands for something. And that's what I'm fighting for, man. So if that's something you want to vote for, great. If that's something you don't want to vote for, I'll still be your governor, and I'll still fight for people all over the state, whether or not they particularly agree with me. So,
and we believe in free speech, especially for Muslims too. We have the right to say that, inshallah, the world's Muslim and more people will become Muslim.
Look, we can
That's
go
free
on and on
speech.
about this.
That's freedom of religion, right?
We can go on and on about this. It's just,
this is why we don't need freedom of religion.
We spoke about it. We can agree.
Look, okay, look at this. Look at Sneeko in 2023. The West will inevitably fall. Every politician is owned by Zionists. Everybody influential is owned by Satan. It means your competition has never been more pathetic. Work harder, protect your energy. You will succeed. Then leave the West. 10,000 likes. The dude is an anti-Western, Muslim shilling, Noahide communist. Didn't he say he agrees with George Galloway, the Russia shill George Galloway? He's like, yeah, I agree with him on everything politically.
Agree to disagree.
You disagree? You disagree with my free speech rights?
Dude, this is not like a clip thing. I'm just literally just calling you because you've had me on your show before. You've had me on your stream. We had a good rapport. I'm just calling you. It's not really a debate. I think we can agree to disagree. So I appreciate it, man.
All right. Take it easy.
Thanks. Bye.
I'm surprised Sneeko hasn't banned me yet. That was so weak. But isn't this crazy? He's crying about everybody saying to deport him. He's fantasizing about the fall of Western civilization. He wants to conquer it with Islam, spread his Noahidism, and then he says, then leave the West. I just retweeted this. I said, how about you self-deport then? And look, I responded in 2023, almost 6 years ago. The Kabbalah plan is to destroy Edom, the West.
Kyle sent $15. Has anyone given us a solid anti-data center argument? Or is it just a campaign to slow U.S. tech progress?
Good question, Kyle. I don't know. Everybody's like kvetching about data centers all of a sudden. I remember it used to be a concern about like energy was an issue, but like you're complaining about data centers. What do you think runs the internet? How do your phones work? Our computers work. The internet works. Every website you like works. Netflix, all of those run on data centers. Saying you don't want data, you want China and our adversaries to have all the data centers and the chips and the advanced AI? I don't get the anti-data center thing. I don't actually. Yeah, energy and water is the concern. Loud and annoying but necessary. Data centers are giving construction work for years. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get the data center issue is third worldism. Yeah, they just want to like hamper our development. They want us to fall behind of the rest of the world. PSYOP to counter signal data centers, probably Russian and Chinese. Yeah, they want to undermine our development and our progress and our scientific advancement so that they could get the upper hand. That's probably why they're pushing it. Musk says they're going to put data centers in space. I heard also they want to put them in Greenland. That's what Greenland was about. Jeremy Roth-Kushel back in 2023 wrote, that was a pretty quick path from live stream influencer to anti-Zionist analyst to JP woke to Muslim influencer to Kabbalist Duganist Ummah against the Edomist satanic West.
$20.
Sure was.
We need nuclear energy and data centers. We need to be the first to create the artificial superintelligence.
I agree. Fuentes mocking the crap out of Joel Webbin and all of these smoking pastors. Let's see.
Hey Nick, haven't missed a show since Kirk's mic. Hey Nick, haven't missed a show since Kirk's mic exploded. I've since quit cigarettes.
I need to make an AI of me, like with liquor bottles behind me, dressed up in a suit, smoking a big cigar and like blowing a huge puff of smoke. That could be another thumbnail. Smoke maxing.
Hey Nick, haven't missed a show since Kirk's mic exploded. I've since quit cigarettes in the past 2 weeks. I attended my childhood church for the first time in a decade because of you. Bless you.
Since Kirk's mic exploded. That's funny.
God bless, man. Love to hear it. Yeah, enough with the fucking cigarettes, please. Enough with the cigarettes. Enough. The LARP must end. I got a buddy of mine. I'm not gonna say who. I got a buddy of mine who's like trying to get off the cigarettes. I'm not gonna put him on blast, but it's like, all right, the fucking cigarette LARP has to stop. It's not good for you. The whole Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, oral fixation, Christ bros. I wonder why. Yeah.
Carlson thing, like, it's the best nicotine delivery device. A cigarette's always the best thing. It's like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It's not good for you. It's going to give you lung cancer. It's performative. Let's just not.
You're not masculine. You're not masculine if you don't puff giant puffs. You ever watch America First on weed? Chat, is anybody in the chat smoke cigarettes? Let me know. Tell me in the chat if you smoke cigarettes. I've never smoked cigarettes. I've never been addicted to nicotine.
The cigarette revival, holy performative, holy LARP. Put the cigarette down.
All right, we got some anti-data. Okay, you have been heard, people in the chat that are anti-data data centers. It just doesn't seem organic to me. If you don't think that there are foreign influences that are trying to undermine us because they're competing against us, sure, there probably is some concerns about data centers. Sure, I'll grant that. But our adversaries are going to push this because they want to get the upper hand in the cyber world.
It's insane. So I'm glad to hear it. Good for you, man. Enough with the oral fixations. No weed, no vape, no cigarette.
So
breathe air.
Breathe air.
Breathe air. Don't. And
yeah, you know, cigarettes smell so bad. When I was a little kid, I went and spent the night at my friend's house in like 4th grade, and his parents smoked in the house. And I didn't even make it till like the sun went down. I got a headache and sick and threw up just smelling the smoke in the house. You guys ever notice how they put so many chemicals in cigarettes that they smell awful, like horrendous? But then if you smell somebody smoking just regular tobacco out of a pipe, it smells like delicious. What's with that?
Enough with the vapes, enough with the cigarettes, enough with the fucking weed. Can't you people just stop sucking on something for 2 seconds? Just breathe air. Just be. Cigs, vapes, weed. People are always fiending. Just let it go. So anyway, good for you, man. Love to hear it. Love it.
Detroit.
Who's he talking about, I wonder?
Davin Sinau sent $20. Data centers are not an option. It would be like not building the atomic bomb.
Also, it's like we've had data centers for a long time, probably. Where nobody's been kvetching about that. The only issue I've heard is the energy and water. Dude, there's so many of these new Christian e-crusaders that they take all of like their promo videos and their thumbnails. They're always posting them smoking. Who's the guy that does the pipe too? The TikTok Christian guy that does the pipe? All right, everybody's sharing this Channel 5 guy. I don't know who this girl is, but it's got 2.6 million views. Let's hear what she has to say. She looks credible to me, covered in tattoos, big hoop earrings.
Off record, do I think Israel fucking killed Charlie Kirk? I absolutely do.
I think Israel killed Charlie Kirk to see what would happen when they killed Trump.
Do you think Trump's ear shooting was staged?
Totally.
Yeah.
But I'm saying Vance is the ultimate Palantir Israel first candidate.
Okay.
He's the clavicular of politics.
Do you think he's behind a lot of this?
I think that all the powers that be, the actual people behind the curtain, which is the tech oligarchs that are connected to Israel, the corporate establishment, are priming Vance to be the ultimate AI Israel candidate. They think Trump's sort of like a dumb old mobster uncle with like gold toilets who just like dances around. And they liked him when he had a lot of energy. But I think, before Charlie Kirk died, he was an extremely polarizing figure. You had people like Nick Fuentes and other people on the further, I guess, anti-Zionist right. being like, fuck Charlie Kirk, all groypers go to his events, disrupt everything, like he's a bitch, nobody fucked with him, right? And then they killed him and everyone's in tears. All of his haters, Sam Hyde is crying, Nick Fuentes is crying. You got people who were shitting on this guy for fucking money every day, crying their heart out, talking about the left has gone too far, look at what the left has done, it's time to get revenge. The ultimate almost powder keg of civil conflict happened after Charlie Kirk was killed. And beforehand, he was polarizing. So what they're doing now,
just because you're critical of somebody or you disagree with them on things doesn't mean that it makes you happy to see their head get blown off. I don't know where I've never seen this guy until he just did the interview with Nick and Biden. That's the first time I've heard of this Channel 5 or this guy. He's a funny looking dude.
Happened after Charlie Kirk was killed. And beforehand, he was polarizing. So what they're doing now, I really believe this, is they're getting people polarized on Trump. They're getting everyone like Tucker Carlson following in lockstep to be like,
$10 we need nuclear energy as well. And nuclear energy in Europe was a Russian psyop for a reason.
Yeah, you see all these people online, they're anti-NASA. They say space is fake. They say nukes are fake. They say they're opposing data centers. It's like they're just trying to undermine the strength of America. They want the fall of the American empire, and it just death by 1,000 cuts, any which way they want to oppose it. They want to stop nuclear energy. They want to stop digging for coal and natural resources.
One like Tucker Carlson following in lockstep to be like, Trump sucks now. Nothing that he promised came true. He was supposed to have no wars. And they're going to kill Trump when they know he's going to die within about a year. And they're going to have a leftist kill him, a trans leftist, maybe a black leftist.
They're definitely going to be trans, black
We're
leftist.
not sure. The ultimate boogeyman that's going to become the symbol of the left. The left or the liberal establishment might try to like turn them into like a folk hero, and they're going to be elevated, and there's going to be a whole thing. And then Vance is going to come into power, have the ultimate crackdown on anybody that's against the system. AI data centers are going to be deployed in their full capacity for surveillance, martial law.
Is Erica Kirk joining him at the helm?
Erica Kirk might be the first lady.
Okay.
These people are just...
Off record, do I think Israel fucking killed Charlie Kirk? I absolutely do.
Absolutely do. Yeah, this is the type of people that are falling for that stuff. Some woman that's going to cover her whole body in cringe tattoos.
I think Israel killed Charlie Kirk to see what would happen.
Very convincing. All right, so this is today. Has he already made this announcement? What's the big announcement going to be? Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, Rebuilding America After the Great Betrayal. MAGA was betrayed. We all were. It's time for a new path forward. More tomorrow night. I like what David Icke said about this. It's like, we all warned you Trump was a Zionist. They're acting like Trump hasn't always been a hardcore Zionist. Oh, he betrayed us. This isn't who I voted for. Yeah, it was. You just refused to see it. Everybody told you, and you refused to see it. This is the third party launch. QAnon, space lasers, lapel mic, Christian nationalism, kook, Marjorie Taylor Greene, demons attack me in my sleep, go to Russia, Tucker Carlson, lost several elections, former CIA, Kent, that's his name, right? Kent. Massey just lost again. So like a bunch of losers starting a party. I mean, I don't like the two-party system, but sorry, I can't get behind these cranks. Is this going to be the Putin party? Is that what we're going to call it? Look what Ryan Morrow says. Watch for Tucker's declaration of something like a new conservative revolution. If he announces his third party, I hope everyone helps me run for its presidential nomination. Look at this. Look what Dugan said. I wonder, do Americans know about the conservative revolution phenomenon in Germany? It is very useful pattern. Trump, Netanyahu, Zionist equal Hitler. Tucker Carlson, Candace, Alex Jones equal conservative revolution. Yeah, count me out on the Dugan party. Count me out on the conservative, third worldist, multipolar conservative revolution. I thought about making a graphic like this, except with Putin. Tucker, Candace, Alex Jones. The new right is only a project, and we are its architects. The future is truly ours, wrote Dugan. So that's what this is going to be. MAGA was betrayed. No. Sorry, Trump told you that he wanted to bomb Iran. He told you he was going to serve Israel. We all knew it. I've been saying this for Trump for 10 years. So if I could figure it out, you idiots could figure it out. I wonder what he's going to say. Oh, Elizabeth Lane, this is the real America, the one that hates America and calls it the cancer of the world. Suleiman, all these anti-American foreigners are loving this new party they're going to set up. Who's going to be the VP? Alex Jones? Mike Flynn? General Flynn's on board with this. Alex Jones. It's all of the most sus Russian stooges out there. Look, this.
Anonymous sent $5. The Russia sphere talking points could be so much harder hitting if they stuck to how unrecognizable the country is today from its founding and how hostile Americans have become to each other. No, we get Great Satan instead.
Yeah, we get nonsense. You're all traitors to America. We know you're a Russian propaganda op. All right. So that'll probably be some big news today. Oh, Mario Nawfal, the guy that was in Moscow hanging out with Dugan, also supporting this new third party. You know what they're going to say too, right? They're going to say, hey, support all these idiots, otherwise you're a Zionist. That's what they're going to do. Support Tucker or you're a Zionist. Nope. Sorry. And they're probably going to lose and then just ultimately get back behind Vance. That's really what's going to happen. Yeah, we get to choose between Zionist, anti-whites, or third world brown Russia shills. Exactly. It'll take votes away from independents and the left, so Vance has a better chance of winning. Probably. Yeah, that too. Also, they say that they're going to try to reach out to the left and appeal to the left. You mean the communist pro-Russia left? Yeah, support the neo-Jews or you're Jewish. Anyway, let's see what they say here.
Extraordinary photograph that emerged over the weekend. And you were in this picture. It was at Tucker Carlson's home. You're in there with Marjorie. Extraordinary photograph.
Yeah, Candace and Kent and Chank, and that's who's going to, Alex Jones, Mike Flynn.
That emerged over the weekend.
The Tankies.
And you were in this picture. It was at Tucker Carlson's home. You're in there with Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey, Tucker. What was this? There is word that you're all planning, as Marjorie Taylor Greene put it, a new political movement. What is the movement? Could it be an actual party? What was going on?
Things are in the initial phases right now, but there is a growing consensus on, I think, both the right and the left of people who are sick and tired of the Republican Party. They're sick and tired of the Democrat Party. They want us out of these foolish wars that we're just sitting here talking about right now. Most Americans have no idea what we're talking about. They don't.
Foolish wars, aka Ukraine, a party anti-supporting Ukraine. Oh no, Putin would never want to support that. Of course not.
Know about Gaza. They don't know about the Straits of Hormuz. They just know that billions of their taxpayer dollars, their blood, their treasure, their sons and their daughters continue to get sent overseas. Our best and brightest get killed. Our taxpayer dollars get spent over there while things continue to decay here in America. And so what we're trying to do is just build a coalition of people who say we're finally going to put...
Dude, what is going on with the unibrow here? Is that a patch? He's got a unibrow patch in between his eyes, or he's got like a pimple or something?
First, we're not going to focus on the next foreign war. We're not going to listen to foreign lobbies like APEC and like the Israelis.
Maybe
we're going to focus on the issues that matter here to the American people. And those of us that were there at that table, myself, Tucker, Thomas Massey, Marjorie Taylor
with this elite hairline, it comes with a little unibrow. It's a trade-off.
And there's others as well. We are, I think, people who initially were part of the MAGA movement, the Trump Republican Party, but we feel that we...
You were frozen in mid sentence. Oh, sorry, Joe. You were frozen right at the end there. Just to be clear, though, before we close things, could this involve establishing a new party?
So look, why should we trust all of the people that got fully behind Trump? So they're so gullible. They got scammed by Trump when it was obvious he was going to do everything he was doing. And now these are the people that were dead wrong on Trump. That's who we're supposed to trust. They'll get it right this time, guys. I don't think so.
Certainly could. I mean, if you talk to most Americans out there, they're sick of the Republican Party. They're sick of the Democrat Party. They do want something that actually represents their interests. And again, we don't want any more foreign wars. We don't want any foreign lobbying in our government. And we want leadership in America that's going to put the needs of the
Tucker's having on Kim.com today, too. Tucker's having on Kim.com, who Dugan praised and who's a big Russia shill again. Tucker just exclusively promotes Russia shills. Oh, like, look, he had on Daryl Cooper, and what are they doing? Zelensky banned Christianity. Zelensky hates Jesus. Zelensky's a dictator, blah, 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 blah. All the normal bullshit they push. It'd be one thing to say, okay, Zelensky canceled an election during an invasion, so he's a dictator. Maybe if it wasn't Putin, who's been in charge for 25 years, the communist KGB dictator Putin, maybe if that wasn't on the other side, then you can get away with calling Zelensky a dictator. But, I mean, come on. If anybody's a dictator, it's Putin.
It's one of the reasons I feel so terrible for the people in Ukraine. You know, your average nationalist in Ukraine who thinks that this is what he's doing.
I know.
But he's serving the forces that are actually attacking it.
No, sorry. Putin's attack. Dude, they always do this gaslighting. Putin invaded Ukraine. Putin's killing Ukrainian nationalists. It's just so sad. It's America's fault. It's NATO's fault. It's so sad. Poor Putin just has to kill all those Ukrainians.
It's one of the reasons I feel so terrible.
This guy, he's in a big scandal because I guess he promoted Thomas 777, who I debated on impromptu debate. I didn't even know he was going to be there on the kill stream. And I'm pretty sure that was before the election. And he was shilling for Trump and shilling for Putin. I got to go back and find that. Everybody's attacking Tucker because this guy wrote the foreword to his book and he's like some out and out proud Nazi or something. I love how they'll blame everybody but Putin for Ukrainians dying.
It's one of the reasons I feel so terrible for the people in Ukraine. You know, your average nationalist in Ukraine who thinks that this is what he's doing.
I know.
But he's serving the forces that are actually attacking it. And it's just very sad.
Oh, Ukrainian nationalists are serving Putin because Putin's attacking them.
Well, and of course, the very first thing the Zelensky government did was ban the largest Christian denomination and put priests in jail. So it's impossible not to see the Zelensky project, which is not Ukrainian in any sense.
I think he only learned the Ukrainian language something like 8 or 9 years ago.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong. He grew up speaking Ukrainian. Also, does Tucker complain about them banning the Russian Orthodox Church every show? Yeah, they ban, you mean the Russian spy network? Dude, Zelensky, imagine you get invaded by your neighbor and you're going to not shut down all of their churches loyal to your neighbor that invaded you, and they act like it's some anti-Christian agenda or something?
Sense.
I think he only learned the Ukrainian language something like 8 or 9 years ago.
Yeah, the whole thing's absurd.
Yeah.
But he's the Trotsky of Ukraine. Okay, fine. But it's the same as the French Revolution and the Spanish Civil War and the Bolshevik Revolution. It's exactly the same program. It's the anti-Jesus program. And like it.
The anti-Jesus program. See how they try to frame this? Okay, it looks like it does. He did grow up speaking Russian first. Native first language was Russian, but then he learned to speak fluent Ukrainian for his career, public life, and presidency.
Always winds up in the same place, which was in total destruction and misery. And
fact check,
the
true.
Ukrainians are an unusually...
Dude, I love how Putin invades. He bans the Russian Orthodox Church, rightfully so, and then you turn it into he's anti-Jesus. Such a fraud. Such a fraud. Like this, like he just hates Jesus, and it's not because it's the Russian Orthodox Church, a spy network subverting while the country they're loyal to invades you. The KGB approved Russian Orthodox Church. And he does it every time. They're trying to get all of the Christian MAGA people to support Russia, trad Christian Russia, and hate Zelensky. More people, the church attendance in Ukraine is higher than in Russia. Russia has bombed over 600 churches in Ukraine, says the chat.
Great people, I think, just based on knowing a lot of them. Like great people, excellent people, great culture, just good-hearted, decent Christian people. And the fact that they're being subjected to this is really sad.
It is. Yeah, it is.
It's so sad, but they won't call out Putin for invading. Funny how that works. Oh, we care so much.
Going to go down as a mark of great shame on our country that we had anything to do with that whole situation. I mean, that's an understatement of our involvement, obviously. But
why would we be ashamed for supporting a European ally against their invasion from their neighbor? Why? They're the underdog getting invaded by our adversary. Why would we be shamed for that? Again, why is every guest a Russia shill and every episode turns into some Russia propaganda? Just wait till Kim.com's on. I'm sure it's good. That's out today.
It's a terrible shame. And, you know, I guess I'm really grateful that Dostoevsky's been my favorite author since I was in high school, because it made it so that, when I started getting bombarded on all sides with anti-Russian propaganda, it was just, I had an immune system built up to it because I already love these people,
Anyone who
loves Russia, immune to propaganda and loves Russia. You're just a Russian propagandist. Just like it's weird. The Thomas 777 guy that he's buddies with, he's like some Putin loving Nazi. What's with all these Putin loving Nazis? Putin's goal is to call everybody Nazi and denazify Ukraine, but then these Nazis love him. How does that make any sense?
who wrote The Brothers Karamazov cannot, that's not a shallow culture. You can say whatever you want about Russia.
And it's not my enemy. I don't care.
No matter what, not my enemy. Now we know why this guy's on there. People are saying this is wrong, too. He claimed that the first thing the Bolsheviks did was erect a statue of Judas Iscariot. So more of this, oh, look, they hate Jesus so much. Which the Bolsheviks did not like Christianity, though. That's fair. But they're saying this isn't real. He really has to believe this because it's such a stupid thing to lie about. Where was it? So they're saying that there may have been something like this before the Bolshevik Revolution. Not here. We'll just see what he describes and then try to do the fact check. And people are saying he's wrong about this too.
And it's something that, when the Bolsheviks took over in Russia.
If they're anti-religion, I highly doubt they're putting up New Testament figures as statues. That doesn't make sense.
And it's something that, when the Bolsheviks took over in Russia, one of the first things, this is 1920, I think. So very, very early on, they built a statue to Judas Iscariot in Moscow.
What?
Yeah. And this is at the same time they're burning down churches, massacring priests.
They built a statue to Judas?
Yeah, I was surprised. I actually only learned that like relatively recently.
How did I not know that?
Yeah, it is. Well, indeed. And it's something that...
So they're saying it's not true. The Judas statue, this is from Amalek, wrote to me. The statue story is wrong. The claim is usually about an alleged statue in Svitshevak in 1918, not Moscow in 2020. It was a small military stronghold. Tucker's guest seems to remember it improperly. The bigger problem is there's almost no evidence the statue ever existed. The story mainly comes from a Danish writer who repeated it in a book published a couple years later. There is no photograph, no surviving statue, no official order, no newspaper coverage, no independent eyewitnesses confirming it. They looked for evidence of it. They could not find anything, just that original story being repeated over and over again. So, probably not even real. No, the claim is false. The legend claims Bolsheviks put up a Judas Iscariot statue mainly from... Okay, so there we go. No archives,
Anonymous
no
sent
nothing.
$5 TBF. I believe the strategy is something like, the Solzhenitsyn-type Russians who hated communism should befriend us instead of China. If they could just stop calling us Satan, that would be great.
Yeah. For starters, that would be great. So they're saying Tucker's been going hard on Fauci this week because Fauci's pleading the fifth. Let's see this compilation of Tucker in 2020 talking about COVID on Fox News. Was he hyping it? Was he contributing to the hysteria?
That's what this pandemic is. It's a fear. It's fear, this pandemic.
Everything that man said was indisputably true.
The Chinese coronavirus will get worse. Its effects will be far more disruptive than they are right now. That is not a guess. It is inevitable no matter what they're telling you. Let's hope everyone stops lying about that, and soon. Coronavirus as a story has been building for months. It's not new. Most people in the media were not paying attention, but we noticed China's coronavirus keeps spreading, and there are alarming signs, genuinely alarming signs, that country's communist government is hiding just how bad things are in that country. You should be concerned. We are. What began as a regional outbreak in the city of Wuhan, China, is now spreading across Europe. We haven't faced a medical crisis like this in living memory. We know the coronavirus constitutes a major threat to the country. Of course it does. The Chinese coronavirus is a major event. It will affect your life. And by the way, it's definitely not just the flu. In a typical year, the flu in this country has a mortality rate of about 1 in 1,000. The overall death rate for this virus, by contrast, is as high as 3.4%. China is the world's most sophisticated authoritarian government. Its leaders have shut down entire cities, dragged people from their homes in an effort to curb coronavirus. But it hasn't worked. Take a look at a grocery store in Milan. The shelves are bare. Panicked shoppers buying in bulk as in a natural disaster, which this is. And it's moving fast. The Chinese coronavirus epidemic turns out to be just that, an epidemic. There's no denying that now. First, we're only at the beginning of all of this. We're pretty certain of that. Dr. Anthony Fauci said as much over the weekend. The White House reaction to coronavirus so far has been uneven and limp. The U.S. government has spent weeks telling you that masks don't protect the public from coronavirus. That is a lie. In 1918, Woodrow Wilson's White House downplayed the Spanish influenza and refused to take obvious precautions.
It makes it extra scary with the music.
To slow its spread. It will be just a few weeks until we are where Italy is now. In a few months, if nothing stops the virus, there will be millions of cases here. People you know will get sick. Some may die. This is real. That's the point of this script, to tell you that. Global pandemics are inevitable. There's too much movement to keep viruses isolated. We should acknowledge that. Boris Johnson is clearly in danger tonight, and that's a bad sign. Johnson is in his mid-50s and hale enough to lead a country. If this can happen to him, a lot of us should be worried, and we are worried. For those aged 70 to 79, the death rate is about 8%. For those over 80, it's nearly 15%. Truth is, we have no real idea how many Americans are infected. According to the official count, this country has recorded more than 500 cases of the virus and suffered at least 24 deaths. The real number is without question far higher than that. Keep in mind that 5.5 million people ride the New York City subway every day. Worried yet? People you trust, people you probably voted for, have spent weeks minimizing what is clearly a very serious problem. Wow. It's just partisan politics, they say. Calm down. In the end, this is just like the flu, and people die from that every year. Coronavirus will pass, and when it does, we will feel foolish for worrying about it. That's their position, but they're wrong.
That's what this pandemic is. It's a
wow. Dang, that did not age well. Tucker told Trump to lock down. Dude, Tucker has issues.
Fear. It's fear, this pandemic.
Indisputably true.
Assuring people that everything will be fine. We don't know that. And there are alarming signs, genuinely alarming signs. You should be concerned. We are. A lot of us should be worried. And we are worried. Worried yet?
Yeah. I don't care if he's called out Chabad, if he's called out Third Temple, if he's Russia shilling, he's denying evolution, and he's saying that he's attacked in his bed by demons. There's no way I could ever get behind a Tucker Carlson party just for those reasons. Sorry, those are deal breakers for me. Easy deal breakers. And all these shills are going to say, oh, if you don't support Tucker, you're with the Jews. You're a Zionist. I don't think so. Tucker was promoting Noahide laws on his podcast last year. Dude, Tucker glows worse than anybody imaginable. Some guy was in the chat here. I just got the live stream up. There's nobody in the chat before the stream today. Autonomous. I blocked him for the day. Autonomous, who I thought was like one of my supporters, says, Adam, with all this Charlie Kirk stuff, I think you might be a Fed. Sorry, the top guys on Fox News that are traveling to Russia and have worth tens of millions of dollars and get all the millions of views. If anybody's a Fed, it's those guys, all right? Not the guy with 450 people in the chat that's barely getting by putting food on his table. No, yeah. No, Candace and Alex Jones and Tucker and Sean Ryan. If anybody's Fed's autonomous, it's those people. Yeah, no, I banned them for the day. Do you know how annoying and frustrating it is to have anons online saying that I don't think, because I think Tyler shot Charlie, that he's suspicious that I'm a Fed? If that's what you think, go fucking watch Candace and Alex Jones. You're too stupid to be around here anyway. Anyway, that is all we have for today. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Yeah, off with their heads. Like, share, subscribe. Autonomous, if you're watching, it was only a one-day ban. You can be back tomorrow. You can apologize. You can send an email, an apology form. Layla, Autonomous, I don't suffer this bullshit. No, he wasn't joking. Hey, man, I watch you every day, but I don't know, dude. I think Candace and Tucker and Alex Jones are onto something, and you might be a Fed. Well, then I think you're retarded and you don't deserve to watch the show. He wasn't joking. All right. Leave a comment below. Clip the show. Substack tonight. Substack Zoom call tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. And I will see you guys then, if not tomorrow. Take care.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, pray for Autonomous, that he atones for his sin.
Was Jesus in blackface, hiding from Babylon. Roman oppressors never knew he didn't die on the cross. He escaped to Jamaica. On 420, Yeshua smokes the herbal chalice and curses Hitler's birthday. Christ gonna get high, 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 high in Hyperborea. Yeshua gonna mash, mash, mash down Babylon. Yeshua was a Rasta. His eyes are blue and he's not a Jew. Yeshua was a Rasta. He's as blonde as the Lebanese ash he smokes. Yeshua was a Rasta. His pure iron DNA is the most potent strain the world has ever seen. Christ gonna get high, 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 high in Hyperborea. Yeshua gonna mash, mash, mash down Babylon. Yeshua was a Rasta. He smokes cross-shaped joints every day. Yeshua was a Rasta. He's not brown like hash, he's white like deity diamond. Was a Rasta. He would smoke hookah on a donkey and teach from the Torah like a true Hyperborean Rasta man. Christ gonna get high, 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 high in Hyperborea. Yeshua gonna mash, mash, mash down Babylon. Yeshua was a Rasta. His eyes are blue and he's not a Jew. Yeshua was a Rasta. He's as blonde as the Lebanese ash he smoked. Yeshua was a Rasta. His pure iron DNA is the most potent strain the world has ever seen. Christ gonna get high, 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 high in Hyperborea. Yeshua gonna mash, mash, mash